All right, friends, so how do we use cell locking to fill up the multiplication matrix table? Now, friends, what I did over here basically is that I just took the values for quantities, right, that were sold in the various months, and then I pasted it over here. All right, as you can see, they're the same value, and then I took the values for price and then I transposed it and pasted it over here. Now, what I really want right now are the revenue combinations. In other words, if I take the value for price and multiply the value for revenue, I want to get a revenue combination over here. I'm going to get values that are going to populate this section. All right, so for this particular row, for example, given this particular quantity, we are going to multiply it by the different values for price, right? And then we are going to get this row. And then over here, we are going to take a single value for price, then multiply it by different values for quantity and get the values over here. So at this juncture, we want to get the combination, what we call the revenue combination, for each and every one of the particular values for either price or quantity. All right, so friends, how do we go about doing this? All right, so I'm just going to show you a simple way, and this is where cell locking becomes very much handy, very much important in carrying out operations. All right, so friends, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to double tap inside this particular cell. All right, now that I've clicked into this particular cell, I'm going to click on equal to. All right, I'm going to write the first value. What I want to do is take this particular value, all right, and then multiply. So I click on the multiplication sign, and then I click on this other value, and then I press on enter. All right, so what I want to do is I want to multiply this value over here by this value over here to get a particular value, and I've gotten this particular value over here. Now that I've gotten this particular value, now something I want to do right now is I want to replicate the formula to this section, replicate the formula to this other section, and I want to fill this entire table with the same proper or right multiplication. All right, so what I want to do right now, friends, is I've taught you how to lock either the colon or the row, and I've taught you how to lock a particular cell. So what I'm going to do right now is use cell locking to get the right values for the multiplication matrix. I'm going to open up my formula right now, and now that this formula is opened up, what I'm going to do right now is, now if you look over here, friends, if you look over here, we have a particular row but multiple columns. All right, so in other words, our row is 17 for this entire values over here, but the columns are changing from C to D to E to F and the likes, but then the row is just 17. All right, so but this section over here, if you look over here, we have one column but several rows. All right, so from 18 to 19 and the likes down to 25 or 26. All right, so friends, we have a particular column over here but multiple rows, and here we have a particular row over here but multiple columns. All right, so friends, we are going to use the cell locking right now to populate the values for revenue combination in this particular table using the multiplication matrix. All right, I'm going to open up this value, this formula that I've written over here. Now what I want to do right now is, for this particular cell where we have 14.5, which is cell C17, I want to lock the 17. In other words, I want to lock the row and allow the columns to change. All right, because we have just one row and then multiple columns. So I'm going to lock the row by putting a dollar sign at the back of 17. All right, so I'm going to just put the dollar sign at the back of 17 and then allow the columns to change while the row is fixed. And then in this B18, all right, we have just one column and several rows. So I'm going to lock the column and allow the rows to change. All right, so I'm going to lock B and allow 18 to change. So I'm going to put a dollar sign before B. All right. So this is how we do this. All right, so now at this juncture, I have, for this particular value over here, I locked the colon and allowed the row to change, and for this over here, I locked the row and allowed the colon to change. So I'm going to press on enter. All right, now that I've clicked on enter, now friends, if I just click or come to the bottom right of this where I see a cross sign, and then I drag down to the end, all right, I'm going to get the right values. If I come over to this end over here where I see a cross sign, drag down to the end, all right, I'm going to get the exact value for my multiplication matrix table, and these are the combination, the revenue combination for the different values of quantities and then unit price. All right, so friends, that's how we use cell locking to fill up multiplication matrix table. All right, at this juncture, friends, it's now your turn to delve into your spreadsheet and try to practice what you've learned so far.